So, first of all, we are supposed to have a visitor today. I don't know if they're going to be popping in like randomly in the middle of class or if they're gonna pop in right towards the end. So, long story short, it's there it is. I found it. A college admissions person from Florida State University, where I am currently receiving my master's degree from, and they're going to talk about the they're going to talk about like the FSU School of Music specifically, but I would be willing to bet money that they would be able to answer questions regarding like FSU school stuff in general as well. So I know there's a few old people in here, I think. There's a few, maybe. If there aren't very many old people in here, regardless, I think even if you don't have intentions of going to school out of state, or if you don't have intentions of going to a specific school in general, I think it's really helpful to hear from different colleges about what the like admin, or not the, yeah, the like admissions process is like. Just so that you can kind of get a feel for how it works, especially those of you who are like sophomores. Like, you shouldn't be necessarily like pinned down to a specific college yet. However, it do help to have an idea of what's going on. But yeah, so there you go. FSU is great. The campus is freaking beautiful. So if you are interested in leaving the state to attend a university and you don't mind it being hot sometimes, a lot of the time. I mean, I'm only there in the summer, so I can really only speak to that. But yeah, it's a great school. They are like one of the best. They are the 5th best school for music in the country. So if that's something that you're interested in, you should be really interested in it. It's not easy. It's not an easy school for any major, I don't think, but it is a really good school, period. Even if their football team sucks right now. Oh my God, we did win this weekend though, so that was exciting. I only care about FSU football and sometimes Georgia State, but we're worse than FSU is. Anyway, not the point. Okay, so the other thing that I do want to talk about before we get into the music process and all that business is I would like to congratulate the following children. Hold, please. At least the following. It's loading. Hold, please. There we go. Okay, wait. It's loading. Wait. Hold on. Okay. Kendall, Caitlin, Sophie, Carly, Emma, Ava, Lance, Kira. Oh wait, hold on. There was another double name up there, wasn't there? Caitlin Berger. Kira, Keely, and Mia on already having turned in their performance recordings. Those are due tonight by midnight. But I know many people, I've already heard from a lot of people saying that the turning in the recordings process was not it for you. By the way, that was only the list of people who turned it into CTLS. I think Serenity, you emailed me yours, so you're also good. Yeah. And probably somebody has already used the Drive Uploader link. Many people, though, were having issues uploading the files to CTLS, or they were having an issue getting them from their phone to their computer to turn them in. Oh, that sucks, Allie. I'm so sorry. But otherwise, you do have another option. So if you were in choir in the spring or at all, and you participated in any of the spring virtual choirs once everything fell apart, you are used to seeing this. Okay? So if you could not get CTLS to work, or you couldn't get email to work, or it was just not it for you, Drive Uploader is this super nifty thing that I used in the spring that many of you are probably already familiar with. all you have to do with a Drive Uploader link, which I'm about to send out over Remind again and put in the chat, is on your phone or on your computer, you select files, pick a random one. I don't know, I'm just gonna pick something. Sure, why not? Open. You put your name. And then it uploads. Sometimes it's very fast, like this one, and sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but it's way more consistent than CTLS is and then sending things by email. And upload successful and it's done. Then I will get an email like soon, probably in the next minute, saying so-and-so turned in their thing. Also, like my phone background, I changed it. Oh, it's gone. Nah. Anyway, cool. But yes, so I'm gonna drop that link to Drive Uploader in the chat. So if you need to upload with that instead of uploading with CTLS, that's completely fine. You don't have to have a Gmail, you don't have to have a Google Drive moment. You just have to actually, I think theoretically you don't even have to have an email address. You can kind of just put whatever, but please put your email address in there so that if it doesn't work, I can email you in addition to reminding you, like sending you a remind message and saying like, hey, something happened with your file. But yeah, so if it's not working for you otherwise, use that. Yep. I already received an email saying Skydama's recording got uploaded. Nice and easy. I'm going to send it out over Remind as well. And there you go. So now you can use that to upload things instead of CTLS. Wait, Isabella, I'm very confused. I don't know what's happening. But yes, either way, regardless, if you have any questions about those recordings, let me know in the chat, like now. The last thing that I am gonna say too, is since I know a little more than half the class has not done the recordings yet, do we need to review either of the pieces today? If so, I'm gonna change the chat to private only real quick. Hold on, that's to no one. That's not what I wanted. Host only. So yeah, the chat is listed as host only. No one else will see it. If you don't need, like if you need me to review one of the pieces or both, tell me now in the chat. The video is too long. Use the Drive Uploader link. Yeah, for sure. Like try using the Drive Uploader link. And if it doesn't work, use the, you can upload, you'll probably have an easier time uploading to Google Drive. Like if you do have a Google account, you upload to Google Drive and just send me the link to it. Because the link will for sure send. And it's likely to upload faster. Google products work better, period. There. Okay, so we need to review. We can review both pieces. Absolutely. Okay, we can totally do that. Cool. That's totally fine. And if you've already turned in your recordings, please go ahead and sing along with us when we review them because it'll be a good warm-up for you. Okay, I think that's everything. Cool. We are going to continue on in the Poet Sings as well. We are literally just going to run the other two pieces and then go. So I will be teaching the Poet Sings and Miss Thames will be teaching the Rose, but she's out today because she has like an appointment or whatever, so it's all good. But yeah, let's do this. Let's do some warm-ups first. Let's get some stretches in. Ooh, my back, it hurts. Come on, arm in front of your chest. You pull, and you pull. Roll your shoulders around and stuff. And forwards. Oh God, that's dumb. CTLS is being dumb. Miss Thames is trying to download your performance recordings and it's like not working. Anyway, okay. So let's do some breathing really quick. Breathe in. And out. Make sure that you're getting that good lifted soft palate space and your tongue is lying flat on the bottom of your mouth. Breathe in. And out. And in, and out. And in, and out. One more time, in, and out. All right, let's do some easy warm-ups real quick. So, I did this with first period. Y'all are more comfortable with it, but for those of you who are new, we like to do some really bright stuff sometimes because it helps your vocal cords come together more fully. So with that in mind, we're gonna do a really, really ugly E. Good morning. Ready and go. You should sound like the Munchkins from The Wizard of Oz. This helps get your chords together. I know y'all hate it, but it's fine. And go. One more. Last one, I lied. Okay, cool. So now we're gonna do the hold on one second. Oh, I forgot to send out section leaders and stuff, didn't I? Cool. My bad. I will send that out today. I have selected everybody. Whoops. Okay. Let's go the other direction now. We're gonna do a little bit of, we'll switch to a more normal warm-up now. Z-O, deep breath. Z-O, 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 deep breath. Z-O, 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 hold on, wait, there it is. Last one, you got it. All right, let's bring that larynx back down. We're gonna go huh, 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 huh. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Ooh, back down. Everything's back and rested. Let's do one more warm up real quick. Let's get a little bit of. Switch to we all. We all, we all, we all, we all, we. We all, we all, we all, we all, we. We all, we all, we all, we all, we. Switch to we ooh. We ooh, we ooh, we ooh, we ooh, we. We ooh, we ooh, we ooh, we ooh, we. Two more. We ooh, we ooh, we ooh, we ooh, we. Last one. We ooh, we ooh, we ooh, we ooh, we. Okay, cool. We have not, or we're not going to do sight reading today because Sight Reading Factory is acting really weird. Like I'm supposed to have accounts for you and the site won't load, so that sucks. But anywho, not the point. Regardless, now let's do your concert recordings. So, well, they're not your concert recordings, but we're going to review both of those pieces. So let's start with Will There Really Be a Morning? Let me pull up the track for that. I'm going to play the balanced voices. But I will switch back and forth parts so that, like between the like hard stuff. So I'll sing the weird stuff for the soprano part, and then I'll sing the weird stuff for the alto part. Y'all know. Y'all get how this works. There it is. Okay, cool. Get that music out. Here we go. Okay, cool. Now let's bop over to Truth. Let me get that recording out. Where'd it go? Where's the one with the fermata? Sorry, y'all. The OneDrive where I have everything for y'all is not loading super fast today, and it's really getting on my nerves. So I've been having to like re-download all the parts and stuff. It's a pain. It's been being very irritating. Maybe it'll let me. Fingers crossed. Hold. We wait. Where to tracks? Tracks. Chorale. Here we go. Truth. Okay. Performance. Balanced voices. I'll probably flip back and forth a bunch. beneath the southern pines. It is planted by the boys of the schools, tended by the words of small minds, and words may wound you, but are they true? You are beautiful, you are enough. You must believe in that, believe the truth. My roots are earth, muddy river and honeysuckle. My roots are beautiful. My roots are strong. Okay. Oh no, that's not what I wanted. Oh, stop. Panic. Okay, cool. And if anybody else needs any additional help, send me a remind message. Send me a remind message right there, okay? In the meantime, we're gonna work on new stuff because it's time. So we started The Poet Sings before, we started The Poet Sings before break, so let's get into that. Okay. Cool, cool, cool. Dope. Here we go. So as a refresher course, remember at the beginning of this, it looks like it's in C major, but it's not. It's actually in E minor or G major. So all of these F sharps aren't real, right? So with that in mind, let's review on solfege. I'm going to give you about a minute to practice your starting pitch for everybody at the opening. La, la, ti, ti, do, do, ti, ti, is that main melody moment that happens at the beginning. We've gotten all the way through, we worked on through the top of page 5, which is honestly like half the song. Holy cow. Y'all great. Anyway, okay, cool. So, la, take 1 minute now, practice or write in solfege if you weren't around or whatever, or if you want to continue writing in solfege, if you feel very, very confident about this opening section, continue writing in solfege afterwards. All right, cool. La, and don't forget, there is a key change to A major at measure 20. So, whereas you were doing T and Re, on the downbeat of measure 20, you're both on sol instead of la. It looks like a la, but it's actually a sol, okay? All right, 1 minute. Your timer starts now. Practice out loud. Well, you can stay muted, but practice. La. I'll be in here playing. Ooh, that was stressful. Okay, cool. Let's review from the very beginning. So this opening page is in unison. Everything's chill. Let me set a metronome. So the metronome is actually 72. That's so much slower than I want it to be in my brain. Oh, that's not that slow. Cool. All right. Actually, I'll slow it down even further than that. Actually, let me play the 8th. All right, this is your 8th note. Ooh la 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 is your starting pitch. Okay, good. I thought I forgot to record class. I got scared for a second. Okay, here we go. 1 and 2 and la la ti ti do do ti ti do do re re mi mi re 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 mi mi fa fa mi mi re re do do so so la la off. Okay, let's actually slow that down even further because I feel like that was still kind of fast. Delete, hold on 1 second. I'm making sure that our visitor has not emailed me because that's weird. Okay. Okay, let's give that another go. This is your 8th note, same thing, top of the very first page. 1 and 2 and la la ti ti do do ti ti do do re re mi mi re 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 mi mi fa fa mi mi re re do do so so la la. If you have any issues with that, please place them in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to keep going, okay? On page 4, we're going to go ahead and review really quick what we had already done. I'm going to sing the alto line and play the soprano part. Cool? All right, here we go. At least for the first couple measures. Ready? And 2, and la la ti ti do do ti ti la la ti ti do do ti ti so do do re mi mi re do re re mi fa fa mi mi do so do so so do fa fa mi do do do. Sorry, I switched to the soprano line because I felt more comfortable singing that part. Oh, it's happening. Our visitor is here. So I know we didn't get a whole ton of time to review, but let's do that one more time before I let him in really quick. Okay, sound good? Same thing. On page 4. Top of the page. All right, 1 and 2 and la la ti ti do do ti ti la la ti ti do do ti ti so do do re mi mi re so re re mi fa fa mi mi do so so do so so do fa fa mi do do do. Okay, cool. Much excite. Change of pace now. Gonna go ahead and let Mr. Watson into the room. Here we go. Good morning, Mr. Watson. Where'd you go? I lost you.
I'm here.
Oh, hello. Okay. Oh, let me spotlight you really quick.
Oh.
There we go. Hello. Thank you
Hi.
for coming to talk to us about FSU things. I'm super excited.
It's my pleasure. I am a lifelong choir kid, so like this is my favorite thing to do is to talk to other choir kids and tell them all about FSU because I love FSU and I'm of course we're biased, right? But But I think, especially this year, there's so much weirdness when it comes to college applications, and for the like sophomores and juniors out there, there's stuff that you can be doing in the meantime, before senior year, to kind of get the ball rolling and start to narrow your list a little bit and figure out what kind of schools and programs are out there. So it's absolutely my pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
So are we fully remote?
Right now, we are fully remote. So we actually, our county has a phase in plan. So elementary schools came back hybrid today, I believe. And then middle
Cool.
school will come back hybrid in 2 weeks. And then high school will come back in hybrid in 2 weeks as well. So about 60% of the kids at our school will be in person, I think.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well, good morning, everybody. Thanks for making time for me. I think we've got about 30 minutes. Is that right?
right about. Yeah,
And Megan, will you pronounce your last name for me, please?
absolutely. It's Skydema. It's very Dutch.
Oh, I was so far off base. I thought it was more like a shoe sound. I'm sure you probably spend like the entire first class period teaching everybody how to pronounce your last name.
That's real.
Skydama.
Yes. Awesome.
Cool. I'm making little IPA notes on my pad right now,
Oh, heck
so
yeah, do
I
it.
can so I can remember for the future. So guys, thanks so much for having me. The first thing I'm going to do, if I've got access to, looks like I'm going to drop in a link. If you want to get on our mailing list, if you want to stay connected with FSU and the College of Music, you can just click that link and fill out the interest form. That'll put you on our mailing list. And that way you'll get communications from me when important stuff is going on. So show of hands, if you can, how many seniors in the room or in the Zoom?
The Zoom?
I'm seeing a couple, excellent. And juniors, cool.
More juniors and sophomores.
More juniors, and then do we have a bunch of sophomores as well?
Yup.
Awesome, wonderful. So you sophomores and juniors, like I said, stay tuned, because hopefully we'll get to be able to talk about some stuff that y'all can be doing as you are thinking about your college search in the next couple years. How many of you are thinking about a major in music or a career in music? Anybody?
If
I'm
you want
seeing
to,
some hands. Allie, Keely, Ava.
that
Wonderful.
also works just fine.
Say that again.
We have a couple whose mics are a little bit suspicious sometimes. So if you want to drop things in the chat,
Gotcha.
y'all, you're more than welcome to do that as well.
Gotcha. Awesome. So I saw some hands. For those of you who are thinking about careers in music, what are you thinking about studying? What are you thinking about as far as what do you want to be when you grow up, kind of thing? And if you want to use hand feature, that's great. I'd love to hear from some of you. Don't be shy. I will call on people. Hey, okay, Allie and Ava. Ava says, I want to make video game music. Allie says music education. Keely, I think I saw your hand. What were you thinking about?
I kind of want to go into like music making, like
Yeah, music production.
yeah.
Cool, wonderful. So I'm going to share screen with you all if I have access.
You should.
Um,
I think I made you a co-host.
that is super. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Wonderful. So everything related to College of Music, you can find most of it online on our website. It's music.fsu.edu, and everything related to the admissions process is going to be under this admissions tab. So I'm going to pull up our beautiful view book and talk to you a little bit about FSU. So have any of you guys been to Tallahassee before?
Unmuting is fine.
So nobody yet. It doesn't look like. I'm not seeing. Um, but so we are about, I would say, Megan, what, about 4.5 hours south?
Definitely, yeah, 4.5 hours. I've made that drive too many times.
Oh yes, oh yes. So straight south, basically, from where you are. Um, FSU is a big public university. We've got about 44,000 students at FSU this year, so real big. And the College of Music houses all of our music majors, and there's a little bit over 1,000 students in the College of Music right now, about 1,050 students. This picture that you can see right now is the interior of our large concert hall. This is called the Ruby Diamond Concert Hall. This is where we host many of our performances every year. We give about 500 concerts and recitals every year, so there's a lot of music being made. And there's lots of opportunities, whether you're a music major or a non-music major, to keep making music. So all of you guys who didn't raise your hand necessarily that you're interested in a career in music or a major in music, I hope that you want to keep singing. And we have lots and lots of opportunities for you to keep singing. So if you get nothing else from all of this, and Ava, I see your hand, I'm going to get you in just a sec. If you get nothing else from this conversation, please know that wherever you go, if there's music being made, you find a way to get in there and sing. Because this is, I know for me, my music classes were my haven in high school, and it's what got me up in the morning. And if it's at all the same for you guys, you can hang on to that and still have your primary focus be something completely different. So that's my little pitch to keep singing. Ava, what was your question?
Under the list of like professions and stuff, I see something that says a music therapist.
Yeah. So that is a great segue to talk about the different majors that we offer. So I'm going to give you a super quick rundown of the different majors that we offer. And hopefully maybe that'll like set off a light bulb for some of you guys, or kind of confirm that we do what you're looking for maybe. So we have about 20 different degree programs in music, just at the bachelor's level. So there's lots and lots of different choices, and there's lots of ways that you can customize your degree program, make it your own, and get exactly what you want out of the degree. So we have Bachelor of Arts degrees and Bachelor of Music degrees. And if you're looking at majoring in music, you're going to see this a lot. So I'm going to take 2 seconds and explain the difference of those to you. So Bachelor of Arts degrees, it's still a music major, but you're going to have a lot more non-music classes in the degree program. It's going to be a lot broader, a little bit more general as far as the music content, but it's going to give you a lot more electives in your degree program, give you the opportunity maybe to take on a double major or a minor or two. So if you're looking for kind of a dual focus experience, a Bachelor of Arts degree might be a good approach for you. The Bachelor of Music degrees are much more specialized, so you're going to get a lot more music classes compared to your non-music classes. So that's in general the difference between those labels. In the Bachelor of Arts degree programs we offer, we have a degree in commercial music. So for those of you who are talking about producing music, this might be the right place for you. So this combines songwriting, music production, sound engineering, working in our recording studios on campus. And there's also a business minor wrapped in. So for somebody who's looking at working in the music industry, working in music business, this could be the right fit for you. I think it's a real versatile degree. We see graduates from this program going into, working for record labels, working as, sound engineers, as singer-songwriters, some of them going towards stuff like entertainment law or artist management or arts administration, where you're running a music organization or a performance venue or something like that. So lots and lots of opportunities there. We have just a very broad general music focus in the Bachelor of Arts degree. This is for somebody who might want to do a little bit of everything, who wants a kind of a choose your own adventure experience, where you get to pick a little bit here and a little bit over there, and you're not forced to specialize in one particular area. This one is really great if you're thinking about a double major. So if you look at this box on the right, you can see a little bit of information about pairing music with a non-music field. So we call that either a double major or a dual degree. And you've got some examples of areas that students in the recent past have combined with music, but this is not a comprehensive list. This is not limited in any way. The only limit is your creativity and how much time you have to spend to earn both of these degrees, because the combination of the two is going to determine about how long it's going to take to finish them both. We have a sacred music focus. This is for somebody who's a singer or a pianist or an organist who's looking at a career in church music. And then we've got our Bachelor of Music Education and Bachelor of Music degrees. Anybody thinking about teaching music by any chance? We know you are. Um, so the music education program is for somebody who wants to be a classroom teacher in music. It's K through 12 certification. You can pick a concentration in either a choral focus, an instrumental focus, so that's more bands and orchestras rather than choirs, or a general music focus if you're thinking about teaching elementary music or something like that. We have degrees in composition and music theory. Somebody mentioned composing for video games. So we do have students who are interested in film scoring, video game scoring. That could fall either under our composition program or the commercial music program. We have a studio that's dedicated to film scoring. We have a really, really great film school at FSU. So there's a lot of collaboration that happens between those two areas. I think Ava was the one who had the question about music therapy. Music therapy is really in the health science field. So it's a combination of music and psychology and medicine. So you're using music, what we call music interventions, in a clinical setting as a therapist to have some kind of a medical or cognitive or behavioral outcome, positive outcome for your patient or your client. So we see music therapists working in hospitals, working in assisted living facilities, working in school districts sometimes in their own private practice. I've seen music therapists working in correctional facilities, name it. So there are applications of music therapy from premature babies in the NICU, and we actually have a NICU focus in our music therapy program, all the way up to people who are very much towards the end of their life, dealing maybe with Alzheimer's or other dementia disorders, and using music to kind of unlock the cognitive ability in their clients. So it's a really fascinating field. And if you have dual interest in music and psychology or music and medicine, this could be a really great application for you. And then we've got our music performance degrees. Those are the ones where your primary focus is being the best musician, performer that you can be. And so we offer performance degrees in classical voice. We offer performance degrees in music theater, in all of your, orchestral instruments, in classical guitar, you name it. So, but mostly in the kind of classical or jazz realm. We do have one of the top music theater programs in the country. Is anybody into music theater performance at all?
I believe there's
Nobody.
a class actually.
Okay, cool. But you don't have to be a music theater major or a theater major to audition for the plays and musicals at FSU. Same thing as goes with our performance ensembles. So those experiences are open to everybody. Some are going to require an audition, and some are going to be open to anybody who signs up. but there are plenty of performance opportunities for you. We're going to skip over the graduate programs. We'll get you your master's eventually, but we'll start with the bachelor's for now. We have some fabulous faculty. So I mentioned that we've got a little bit over 1,000 students in the College of Music. We have almost 100 full-time music faculty members. So it's a large program, but it's still a very much an individualized focus. Our average class size is about 14 students, and our student-to-teacher ratio is about 1 to 11. So you still get great individualized attention. We don't offer music major classes in a big lecture hall setting. They're small classes. You can see some of our recent new faculty. I'll point out one, Professor Eric Rieger, who just joined us on the voice faculty. So we have 8 full-time voice professors, and Dr. Rieger is our newest addition. He was at Westminster Choir College, went to Central Michigan University, and just joined us this year. So we're really, really excited to have him on the faculty. And we have guest artists come through all the time. I mean, certainly we're seeing fewer of them this year with COVID and all of that stuff. I feel like I could preempt every sentence I say with, in a normal year, we do this. But we're trying to make it as normal as possible. So we are having guest artists visit us this year, but we have guests come in throughout the year in all different specializations and disciplines in music. So whether you're talking about classical performers like Renee Fleming, music theater performers like Patti LuPone, composers like Libby Larson, you name it, from all different areas. And they're coming to FSU to interact with our students. Sometimes they're performing as well, but quite often they're here to give master classes or lectures for our students, to give them just one more perspective in their learning experience. Do we have questions so far, guys? I'm going to take a quick sip of my coffee. Anybody have questions about anything we talked about so far? Y'all are so quiet and attentive. I appreciate that. So I talked about the performances. We have about 500 concerts every year in all different genres, from your traditional bands and choirs and orchestras to our world music and early music area. So we have ensembles that represent various cultures from around the world. A lot of them are taught by people who are from that region of the world. So if you really like steel pan music, or if you're really into Irish music or Chinese music, you don't have to have experience on these instruments. In most cases, they're teaching you the instrument in the ensemble setting. So there's not really an audition for a lot of these groups. But many of them use voice as well, or you can pick up a new instrument, a percussion instrument or something like that. And our jazz area, we have jazz combos that use singers as well. We also have blues band, rock band, all kinds of performance opportunities, chamber music, you name it. If there's a kind of music that you like to perform, anybody into a cappella?
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, a couple of you. Excellent. So we've got 5 awesome a cappella, are a mix of music majors and non-majors. So you're not required to be a music major to participate. They run auditions every year. They write their own arrangements. They do their own choreography. They travel and compete at ICCAs. Our Acapels is our all women's group. They were part of the source material for Pitch Perfect. So we've got a really great tradition of a cappella singing at FSU as well. Those are more like a club rather than a class. Obviously, with 40,000 students, we've got a really exciting, vibrant student life on campus. A couple of things I'll point out to you. If any of you are instrumentalists as well, we've got the Marching Chiefs, which is over 400 students. This is open, again, to music majors and non-majors. We also have our music living learning community. So if you're living on campus and you're a music major or a music minor, you can choose to live in our music LLC, which is a residence hall that's just for music majors. It's an opportunity for you to really get to know your classmates and your colleagues in music. It's a great kind of instant support system. It's the only building where you can practice hours a day, so that's kind of cool. There are practice rooms and classrooms right in the building, and every student who lives there gets to take at least one of their music classes each semester right in the residence hall. So if you've got that 8 a.m. theory class, you know, it's not too much easier than kind of rolling down the steps to get to theory class. No excuses for being late for that one. They also run a trip to London every year, so that's an opportunity to get some international travel under your belt pretty early. And they live on our study center campus in London. Um, I talked about our a cappella groups. There are lots of other ways to get involved in the student life at FSU. There are leadership organizations like our BOAs. Those are our student ambassadors. You can get involved in student government. You can get into a Greek organization if you want. There's tons of them at FSU, but there are 5 of them that are music affiliated. If you want to just keep that, you know, concentrated music experience, or you're more than welcome to get into organizations that are outside of music and explore other interests. Um, I'm trying to zip through a little bit because I want to talk a little bit about the application and audition process. So anybody who wants to attend FSU, regardless of their major, starts with the general university application. And then if you want to be a music major, there are some supplemental items that you also submit. And for this year, all of our auditions are going to be by recording only. So we're not having students come to campus to audition. You're just submitting your audition materials by recording. Those are due by February 1st. So you've got plenty of time to put those recordings together. For singers, we are requiring that you sing with accompaniment, whether that's with a live accompanist or you're singing to a pre-recorded track. I discovered a great app called App Accompanist, and it's a pretty reasonable fee. And if you subscribe, you get access to tons and tons of accompaniment tracks. It's really comprehensive, so that might be a good investment if you're thinking about applying to music schools this year, or if you're taking private voice lessons. I think it's a really great tool. For all of our non-Florida residents, if you are a music major at FSU from outside of Florida and you're fully admitted to FSU as a music major, we will guarantee you in-state tuition. So we automatically award you a waiver that covers the out-of-state portion of tuition. That's about a $15,000 a year award. That's automatic if you audition successfully into the College of Music. In-state tuition at FSU is about $7,000 a year, so it's really affordable. I think it's a tremendous value. And this is stackable. So if you are one of our top auditions in voice or any other instrument in a given year, you could also receive a talent scholarship in addition to that waiver. But that waiver is the biggest award that we give each year. So I think that that's a great opportunity for students from out of state who are considering coming to FSU. For a lot of students, it's cheaper than staying at home. So it's a really, really great value for a tremendous school of music. So that was my like lightning round pitch on the College of Music. And so I want to take, I think we've probably got a couple minutes left. Is that right?
We actually have a pretty good chunk of time. I think we have 9 minutes left.
9 minutes.
Wow.
Super. I would love to take some questions. So who's got a question on their mind about, oh, I see a couple in the chat. So Caitlin says, under the academic information part of that information form as a sophomore, what would I choose? So you would choose freshman on that form, Caitlin, because when you're doing your advanced research to come in as a college freshman. Oh, and you got that. Okay, awesome. And Kira is asking about that out-of-state waiver, I think. Kira, is that correct? So yes, you do have to pass the audition to get into the College of Music as a music major, and you have to be admitted to FSU. So that's a kind of a twofold process. So you are being evaluated on your academic merit by our Office of Admissions and our freshman admission counselors, and you're being evaluated on your music merit by our music faculty. Once the audition happens and I have all of the results from the faculty, I go back to the admissions office and work on crafting a decision for each student individually. So it is a holistic decision. That means that a successful audition can help you tremendously in getting admitted to FSU, but that also means if the audition is not successful, that's not going to keep you from getting admitted to the university. There is a question on the application that asks if your audition is unsuccessful, if you still want to be considered for admission to FSU, and in that case, you would just be evaluated on your academic merit alone. So the audition can help, but it's not going to keep anybody out of the university. Great questions. Anybody else have questions?
Also, y'all, if you have questions about FSU in general as well, because
Yeah,
there are many of you who may not want to major in music, but like we were saying, like, keep singing and all that business. If you have any questions,
absolutely. So
eh,
I'm not seeing any right at this second. Um, so I know there's a bunch of sophomores and juniors in the room. And if you're thinking about maybe applying for music programs in your senior year, there are things that you can be doing now to get ready for that. Certainly all of the musicianship preparation that you're getting in your choir classroom, absolutely. Your reading skills, your sight singing skills, all of that stuff is really important. But getting to know the schools that you're considering is equally, if not more important. So start your research early. Take advantage of opportunities to get to know a program on a deeper level. So think about what you're doing over your summers. Think about, especially this year, everybody's giving virtual tours, virtual information sessions. It's an opportunity for you to connect face to face without leaving home and talk to an expert on that institution. I would also tell you, and this is something as a first gen college student I had no idea about thinking about music programs, is that you are encouraged to reach out to the faculty. So you can get in touch with one of the voice professors, introduce yourself, and see if they're interested in possibly providing a sample lesson. In many cases, they do that for free. So if you've got repertoire that you're working on to prepare for your auditions, especially like early senior year or even like in the spring of your junior year, if you've got a couple pieces that you're working up, I think that's a great opportunity for you to get some constructive feedback from the people who are going to be in that audition room. So it's a really, really great experience. And if you're going to be a music major, the relationship that you have with your private teacher represents a huge part of your experience. So getting an impression of if this is a good working relationship, if you're comfortable working with this person, and certainly at a lot of schools, they're not the only voice teacher. Like I said, we have 8 voice professors. But if you get an idea of, this is a really great teacher, and I think I could learn a lot from this person, you can make requests of who you study with if and when you enroll at a certain school. So that gives you even more information to take an active role in your experience. Okay, so I'm seeing from Emma, so if I want to work at Disney, do I start off at FSU or what? Um, so I actually did my undergrad in voice. I did the Disney College program.
oh,
I did not go to FSU for my undergrad, but I came to FSU for my master's. And I did the Disney College program after my undergrad. It was one of the best experiences of my life. I absolutely loved it. It's super hard work, especially if you're Parkline, which most everybody is. It's a lot of time out on your feet, a lot of time out in the sun, but it's a great way to get a foot in the door at Disney if that's something that you're interested in doing. They're not going to require, in many cases, a specific degree, but if you're looking especially at like going into or something like that, having the experiences. I went through the audition process for Voices of Liberty. So if you're looking at singing at Disney, I will tell you there is nothing more important than your sight reading skills. Obviously, your intonation and a beautiful singing voice goes a long way, but you've got to be able to sight read like a beast. And that's one of the most important things that I learned from that experience, is that your sight reading skills will serve you well no matter what you do after college. And I think having a background as a musician is really helpful no matter what career you go into. So we know data shows us that musicians do really, really well at law school applications, at med school applications, in lots of other fields. There's so many transferable skills from what we learn as a musician, from the hard work ethic that we develop, from the team building that happens from working in an ensemble. You're singers, you're not afraid to get up in front of a group. I think that goes a long way for a lot of different fields. So just think about you know, squeezing every drop out of these musical experiences, whether or not you're going to be a professional singer or a music teacher or a music therapist. This is something that you can have for the rest of your life, and I think it's a beautiful gift. That's my pitch for lifelong singing right there, guys. Keep singing, and don't give that up. And no matter which major you choose, there are plenty of performance opportunities if you seek them out. So thank you so much for the time. Do we have any last minute questions before we go?
I saw Ava was asking if the virtual tours are available. Like, are they available now? Is it via link? Like, what's the deal with those?
Yeah, so if you go to visit.fsu.edu, you can schedule a session with university admissions. If you want to have some further interactions with me, there's a Zoom sign up link on the College of Music website. There are virtual tours posted. They actually do live walking tours with a student ambassador as well through the visitor center, where there is a student tour guide who's actually walking campus and telling you about it as they walk around. So it's a gorgeous campus. I wish we could have you all come right now, but take advantage of the virtual tours for now. And you know, fingers crossed, if we lift some of the restrictions for visitors in the spring, hopefully you can come for a visit in the spring or maybe next fall.
Nice. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Well, if nobody else has any other question, I believe class is pretty much over at this point. But everybody, real quick, thank Mr. Watson for talking to us all the way from FSU.
Yeah, it was great. Thank you guys so much. Thanks for your questions. Like I said, if you want to get on that mailing list, just click the link and fill out that quick little form, and we'll get you on our mailing list.
Awesome. Okay.
And think about summer music camps at FSU. We've got some great camps.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I'm on campus usually during a couple of the summer music camps, and I've heard they're really, really incredible. So you should also check that out on the FSU website.
And that's a great way to get to know a program too, by living on campus for a week and working with the faculty.
Mm-hmm. And if y'all have any other questions that you think about later, you can forward them to me, and I will send them off to Mr. Watson, and we will get that ball rolling. Go Noles.
Go Noles. And we won this weekend.
I know, finally.
Finally.
All right, y'all. I will see the rest of you tomorrow, and I will send you the Zoom link for the next class here in a
All right. Sounds good. Thank you.
All right, bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.